You see, when we keep telling Nigerians that whatever you support yesterday or whatever you are supporting today, based on whatever sentiment best known to you, you will definitely also reap the reward. It is inevitable. Most especially when you support evil, when you are on the side of evil, maybe for some sort of self-benefit at the moment, have it in mind that when the repercussion comes knocking, it fall on us all. It is the sky now. It don't ever fall on one man. It's that simple. I'm here now to draw our attention to a video that has been circulating by former Super Ego International, Taribo West, who later turned pastor, a pulpit bandit, you know. He was lamenting how the government doesn't take care of their ex-footballer and their about. When I saw the video, I was like, this same Taribo West, maybe Taribo West thought we have forgotten. Of course we have not. But before we go into details, let's first of all listen to his lamentation.
For me, it's disheartening that you have Lagos States, you have Nigerian Football Association. They dropped the buck on the family. I felt in my spirit there is nothing to put your life for. That's why I say I have to shift back so that I will not implode. It is grieving. My mother passed on. I never shed tears. My father passed on in my hands. I never shed tears. Then when Rufai passed on, I had ghost pimple on my body. And every individual I'm speaking to, there was, tears of lamb rolling through my cheeks. What kind of nation is this? With this kind of example they have shown in Shefulue, in Stephen Keshi, blessed memory, Thompson Oliha, blessed memory, Rashidi Yekini, I will never advise even my son to put his feet for this country. Send me out. Do we have a football federation or do we have a football association in this Lagos State? That this hero, this soldier, this football evangelist has to be treated this way and his family. Could you imagine that the family will be crying just to solicit in within our groups to ask for money? That is madness. Look, please let me go. I don't want to pour my heart.
That was Pastor Taribo West, a former Super Ego dependable defender. In his days as a Super Ego defender, he was indeed dependable, I mean to say. But he got retired and he switched over to pulpit banditry, otherwise known as pastors. That was him lamenting, calling out government and NFF, which is Nigerian Football Federation, for not taking care of their ex when they are old, at their older age. Based on this video, some persons have argued that the government really do not own these ex-players anything when they retired, because during their days in action, they were highly paid and well compensated, but most of them were wasteful in their youthful age. So there's been argument and counter-argument. Why some of us are of the opinion that no matter what they may have done, but now when at their old age, when they are in need, the country or the football federation, not even the country now, the football federation shouldn't neglect them. I stand on that opinion. Yes, I agree that most of them were outrightly wasteful and didn't plan for their future. But would that be enough to completely neglect them in times of need? I leave that for you to look into. Meanwhile, let's go back to this Taribo West that is now saying he will never advise his son to put foot on this country. Taribo West, are you serious? Or you actually think Nigerians have forgotten the role you play in bringing this Bola Ahmed Tinubu government to power? Your support, I know that was out of anger then. I think this was in 2022, prior to 2023 presidential election, during the campaign, when APC was hiring all set of human. They brought Taribo West and co. All the ex-footballers that he is complaining now are hungry. You were all brought to support this current government. You mean he also neglected you? If he actually neglected you, there's shame on you. Because that's exactly what you rightfully deserve. And that's exactly what should be happening to every Nigerian who has supported the wrongs, who has supported evil for whatever sentiment or maybe based on stomach infrastructure. You will definitely reap what you sow. What goes around, they say, comes around. Let's check Taribo West again.
We all are here to celebrate you, to support you as our incoming President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Given the courtesy visit by these ex-internationals, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu says he would continue to celebrate the heroic deeds of these former Super Eagles players.
To the four corners of this nation.
Taribo West prayed fervently for Tinubu's presidential aspiration.
We command Ahmed Bola Tinubu's name right now to stand in that throne of the presidency of this nation.
That was Pastor Taribo West bringing down the powers in heaven to make Bola Ahmed Tinubu the next president of Nigeria in 2022. And eventually, he got what he asked for. And you come out today to wail, to cry that ex-international are not being taken care of. I know that it didn't start from Tinubu. There have been successive government. But the role you guys, as ex-footballer, played in the role you played in supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu to making himself the president, you deserve to be compensated more than just coming out here now to cry. So you mean after being used for that campaign, you were not regarded anymore? What about the money you guys were paid during that campaign? What? Oh, did you do it on a free? Of course, you could not have. So stop wailing and bringing Nigeria to sympathize with you. I mean, Taribo West, and his co that were involved in that rubbish. There were a lot of them there. Now, but let's look at the case of Nigeria. Is it really proper that Nigeria don't really recognize their ex? There is something Nigeria have done that I personally is not happy with. Just in the individual personality of the late Rashidi Yekini. Rashidi Yekini is a legend and an icon in Nigeria that deserves to be immortalized. His image should be standing in front of all our national stadium and the front of the NFF, Nigeria Football Federation. The man who scored Nigeria's first ever World Cup goal in the history of the country. That was in USA 94. That's the image I'm displaying now, you are seeing. That is an iconic image that should be kept for the generation to come as far as the football world is concerned. But we all know how Rashidi Yekini was being treated in his last days. And even when he passed on, he was thrown into the bush. We all know. So it's really unfortunate that Nigeria have no regard for their heroes, for their legend. Should I be talking about our military men that fell on the line of duty? In other areas, see, Nigeria don't have regard. The only thing that Nigerian leader care about is the politicians in power. They loot the country dry, store for themselves and their generation unborn. And these same politicians are unproductive and contribute nothing meaningful to the country. And we all don't see this as a problem strong enough, bad enough to unanimously and collectively join together to eradicate. We are still being divided, still talking rubbish, still fighting each other, still putting sentiment where it is not needed. What a shame. For how long are we going to be on this? But one thing I know, for as long as we allow this to live, to exist, we will all reap the fruit of it. Whether you contribute or you do not contribute to, it's a sky that will fall and will never fall on one man. Taribo West, congratulations. It is you that is wailing now. So many people are wailing behind the scene, doesn't have the privilege to bring it to the screen. We all know. If we like, let's continue like this after 2027. We're all going to learn just like we are learning. In what? In the hard way. Don't play.